At the reunion I paid for, they handed out custom t-shirts. Mine read, "Biggest Disappointment." I didn't argue. I lifted the hem to study the joke and felt the ache hum. Maya, my sister, snorted first. "It's just a joke," she said, already filming. Across the table, Ethan raised his beer and shrugged. "Come on, Nora. It's kind of funny, right?" My parents stayed quiet until Mom gave a soft PTA laugh. Dad offered the small smile people wear when a stranger trips. "Right, funny." I folded the shirt and set it by my plate. No one noticed my hands shaking. I had booked the lakeside house they loved to mythologize. Bought the food, covered travel, even the matching shirts, on my card. The punchline was prepaid. Nostalgia, I'd hoped, might soften us. Instead, it sharpened them. "Be right back," I said, and went upstairs to the room that was mine because the whole place was. In my bag waited a navy folder, thick with parchment I'd chosen for weight and meaning. I'd imagined clinks of champagne, my mother's wet smile, my father's grip. I'd imagined belonging. Back at the table, no one looked up. They were herding into a selfie, chins tilted, slogans crisp. I slid the folder open, drew out the pages, and tore them in half. One sheet, then another, slow enough for the sound to carry. Maya turned first. "Wait, what is that?" Ethan frowned. "Some kind of contract?" I laid the halves by my empty plate. "Enjoy the shirts," I said, and walked out into the blue night. The calls began before I reached the car. I let them ring, let them read first. I kept walking, breathing. I sat in the driver's seat, engine off, the phone lighting the console. Missed calls stacked into a column of need. I didn't answer. I watched my fingers, steady. And thought of 9-year-old me taking blame for Ethan's broken window, 12-year-old me crying over a single C because I already knew the dinner table performance. The running joke toured for years. I was the venue. Those papers I tore? A notarized letter ending my parents' mortgage, a down payment for Maya, tied to a better school district. A clean ledger for Ethan and an optional job referral. All printed on thick linen, navy folders to match the table decor, because I wanted the reveal to be beautiful. I'd even planned a toast. The glass never left its rack. The first notification that made me laugh was a post from Maya. Photo of the table. Shirt spread, captioned, "Some people can't handle family. We love them anyway." Comments swelled with vague sympathy. My aunt texted, "Was I okay after my episode?" Ethan messaged, "You need help. You embarrassed us. Include me, right?" I forwarded the packet to my attorney for a timestamp, looped in my assistant, and opened a draft I'd hidden for months, a profile piece waiting on go. "Want me to push the feature to this weekend?" she wrote. I typed, "Yes." I still didn't answer. When the article went live, I added no commentary. I just posted the link. An underdog founder, valuation north of what my family imagines when they say doing fine, with scans of the very documents I'd just torn. I said nothing else. The world supplied its own narration. Congratulations landed first, then apologies, then panic. "Why would you make that public?" from Maya, a thread from Ethan about my instability, and my parents' siren silence. I didn't reply. People recognized a smile-shaped bruise. Coverage spread. A tech channel, a podcast, a short documentary lingering on the scans. The retirement letter, the cleared debt, the down payment. Strangers argued. Cousins wrote they'd always noticed the skew. A neighbor recalled my mother calling me a late bloomer while bragging about Ethan's internship. I owned the company by then, equity, not apology. My family tried to redraft the past. Maya told relatives money went to my head. Ethan posted about toxicity. Their version eroded under timestamps. I slept. Days unspooled differently without the monthly transfers. My parents tried refinancing and met the cost of quiet help. Ethan lost a speaking gig after someone forwarded receipts. Maya's husband moved out. I didn't clap. I cooked. I traveled untethered. Real breathable air returned to a sealed room. Then a note from a stranger. Thank you for showing me it's okay to walk away. I read it twice, not from vindication, but relief. Leaving wasn't cruelty, it was oxygen. That night I opened a box I'd taped years ago. Inside, spare originals of the gifts I'd torn. I touched their linen edges. The loss I expected did not rise. What rose was quiet. I put the papers back, closed the lid, and slid it on a higher shelf. I don't check their updates anymore. I keep my own. When people ask if I miss my family, I tell the truth. I miss the version I invented. I don't miss the joke.